Hey guys, it's Fazana here. Welcome to my channel. Today I want to be talking about my 2020 favorites. I kind of would like to have a bit of a structure to my favorites so you guys know what to expect. So I'm going to usually be talking about kind of 5 things. Favorite books, favorite episode of a podcast, favorite activity, favorite food, and favorite apps. So today I'm going to actually only do 4 because in 2020 I've read an obscene amount of books, so I'm going to do a separate video on that and talk about my top favorite books. So I'm going to start off with my favorite podcasts. So one of the podcasts I actually only found in the last month, maybe in November. It was the Modern Love podcast. So I don't know if you know, so Modern Love was a column in the NY Times, and if you've been watching on Amazon, if you have Amazon Prime, they do have like a limited series, I think, on there on about 8 episodes. So some of the stories they've kind of filmed with the with like various star-studded cast, shall we say, and have made it into episodes. I think my favorite one in there is the one with Dev Patel, and that story is supposed to be about the love story of Justin McLeod, who is the founder of Hinge. It's actually a really beautiful story, and the reason I love the podcast so much is because it really kind of made me think about humanity and the warmth and compassion that we all have, because it talks about love, and not just in the romantic sense of the way, but there's love for parents, adoptive or biological, there's a love for pets, your grandparents, or a friend, and it just really goes into the nuances of human condition and human relationships. And I am a sentimental fool and loved it so much, and I've been recommending it to everyone because it was kind of something that you didn't really have to intensely think too much about. And I do love hearing people's stories about what makes them who they are and what kind of got them being friends or like in a relationship with someone, and I do love all of that. So it's a great podcast. And the other great thing about the podcast is they have usually someone else reading it, so a lot of it has been like celebrities reading the actual essay, and then afterwards they kind of bring the writer back and kind of go through like the story or just see where they're at right now. And also the celebrities get to pick which story they read, and they kind of ask them what made them connect to the story, and it's just so beautiful. Like, if you're a sentimental person and if you're just interested in people and storytelling, I highly recommend it. And the other thing I wanted to recommend is an episode of the Jay Shetty podcast where he had Kunal Nair on. So Kunal Nair plays Raj on The Big Bang Theory, and honestly it's probably one of my favourite episodes of all times. I've listened to it multiple times this year, and it's just very like profound. I think he talks about like life and love, and he talks about enlightenment. And one of my favorite things he says is it's quite funny actually. He talks about how everyone thinks that they're enlightened until they're around other people, which I've actually found to be quite true. You know, you're spending time with yourself and you just think you're this amazing human being, you're like super kind, and you react really positively to negative things, and the next thing you know, like, you're hit with some kind of a challenge with another person, a conflict, and then you really realize how far you've come in your journey, and if you are reacting in the way that you'd previously had, or if you're really applying all of your knowledge and reacting to it in a more kind of self-aware way. So yeah, it's super interesting. Highly recommend it. I'll put all of the links in the description boxes so you can check it out if you want to. So then I'll move on to apps. I mean, we've spent so much time with ourselves this year and our phones. I guess that there should be a lot, so I've whittled it down to 3 that I found really like kept me sane, I guess, in a way, because going to the gym is one of my favorite things, and I haven't really been able to do that very much this year. And I found that there's lots of apps out there, lots of YouTube videos that you can look at, but it wasn't anything that kind of kept me going back. So I found the app, it's called Fit, so FIIT, and it's actually a really great app because it has lots of, like, so many workouts and so many different types. So there's HIIT, yoga, mobility, cardio and strength, and also just like weight stuff if you want to focus on a particular kind of part of your body. And also the times are great. There are 10-minute kind of quick stretches for like if you want to go for a run or a cool down. There's loads of that, and some mobility that are 10 minutes as well that you can do in the morning if you want to. There's like 25 minutes and 40 minutes, and I think now they've introduced 60 minutes as well. So like whatever intensity you're going for, if you want to go hard or if you just kind of want to take it slow, there's lots and lots of workout. And I really find the instructors really engaging, and I find them quite like enthusiastic, and I just really, I don't know, really enjoy their energy. So yeah, it's something that I've really enjoyed over the lockdowns, and I actually have the annual subscription now because I enjoyed it so much, and it was just no brainer for me. The second app is the Duolingo app, because everyone's been trying to learn a language out here. So I've been learning Dutch for the last maybe like 6-ish weeks, and I've tried various apps actually over the years to try like other languages and stuff, and nothing again kind of kept me going back, because I find Duolingo quite like versatile. It's got lots of different mediums of ways of learning that is, I find, quite interesting, and also some of the phrases they use in there are like quite ridiculous. I had a full-on exercise which talked about how I am not an apple. I mean, yeah, I'm convinced, to be honest. The app convinced me that I'm not an apple. But, you know, I found it quite great, actually. And it's, again, something that has kept me going back. And I think that consistency is the only way you build habits, or any way you bring about change in yourself. And the apps that can get you being consistent are probably the ones that are worth subscribing to. And last but not least, Headspace. So I'm sure you've all heard about Headspace, because mindful and meditation has been quite big in the world, and you know, rightfully so. I've been using Headspace on and off for about maybe 2-ish years, but what I've really enjoyed this year is the soundscapes that they have on there, and focus music. They loop from anywhere from 45 minutes to like 500 minutes, and what I found helpful is having some of the focus music on while I'm working or while I'm reading in the background, and I find it quite soothing. And I've also found when I'm working, to have that focus music actually helps me to get into that flow state of working, and I'm just kind of really in the zone, and I found that super helpful. And they also have like some of the focus music is from like artists like John Legend, and I think I'm trying to think of who else is on there, but I can't. I've listened to the John Legend one a few times, but yeah, I found it super helpful. Yeah, so my favorite activity this year was me and my friend went fruit and veg picking back sort of at the back end of summer, and yeah, we loved it. It's something I'd never done before. It was really kind of, it was just outside of London, and this was like absolutely massive place. So obviously with Corona and everything, it was quite nice to be in like a big wide space where you didn't have to worry about socially distancing with people, because everyone was kind of like spread out through kind of the space. And the fruits tasted amazing when we brought it back to the house. We made some like compote and stuff, and the veg, we put like various like veggie dishes that we made out of it. I mean, I'm not a vegetarian, but because the taste is so good, we just kind of wanted to didn't want to have anything else that's kind of changing the taste of the ingredients, and we absolutely loved it. We did lots of boomerangs, because, you know, why wouldn't you? It was great fun. And I think me and my friend were talking about it, how we want to kind of go back every season as the kind of fruit and veg change, and that would be like something fun to do, and also kind of get us interested in cooking from like fresh ingredients and trying out different stuff that we hadn't tried before. So yeah, if you have one nearby, I highly recommend it. I think it's a great thing to do with your family as well. There were lots of families with little children, and I think that's quite a fun kind of activity to get them interested in from like a young age. And last but not least, food category. My oh my, I mean, did I get sick of delivery this year? I feel like if someone actually wanted, like gave me money to put delivery, I'd decline, because you just get bored. And also get bored of eating the same kind of thing you usually cook for yourself as well. So I wanted a bit of variety, and two of my friends recommended these two cookbooks, which I have right here. So the first one is a Caribbean one, so it's called Original Flavor. I don't know if you can see that. Yeah, so it's written by two brothers, and I think they talk about like having some of the kind of recipes from their grandma as well. And yeah, it's really kind of really flavorful food, and one of the things I really enjoyed about it is that every single recipe that I've tried has been spot on. There was nothing that I felt like I needed to adjust. So my favorite ones would be the curry goat, the rice and peas, and jerk chicken. Classic, and they taste so delicious. Like, I've cooked for some of my friends in the summer, and they really enjoyed it as well, and I loved it so much I actually gave it to one of my friends as a Christmas present, because she really enjoys cooking, and I thought it would be like the most perfect thing for her. So yeah, it's a great book, and like the recipes are out of this world. It tastes amazing. And the second book is called Simply, and it's a Persian book, and so Persian recipes book. And again, I eat a lot of like Persian food when I'm out and about, and I really enjoy the recipes in there as well. Some of them are like really simple to cook. So one of my favorites is the pomegranate molasses glazed meatballs. It doesn't take long at all, but it looks very special. It's something that I've cooked twice for like various friends in the summer, and again, really loved, kind of, it was loved by my friends, and I really love it as well. So yeah, those are the two kind of books that stood out for me this year in terms of cooking and just flavorful food as well. So I hope you've enjoyed my favorites. Let me know if there's anything that you want to recommend to me, or if there's anything that you think that you've enjoyed that you want to share with the community. So feel free to like, comment, share, and subscribe, and let me know what else you'd like to see from me. Thanks for watching, guys. Bye.